Showtime is working on Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter and the co-feature David Benavidez versus Anthony Dirrell. Stay tuned. Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family we work in. Now, it hasn't been announced yet, but it looks like behind the scenes they're working hard to get Danny Garcia versus Showtime Shawn Porter, which I already talked about this extensively. Initially, it was slated for late August. Now they're pushing the date back to September 8th is the targeted date. So September, if they can execute, will be a great month of boxing. You have a ton of fights that are announced. Like if they do Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, Joshua Povetkin, Canelo versus Triple G, you know, this is a hell of a lineup for the month of September. In addition, this is what I want to update you guys with. David Benavidez, WBC champion at super middleweight. They're trying to put him in with his mandatory Anthony Dirrell. This is a good fight. Anthony Dirrell has a lot of experience, and I gotta say, Showtime is killing, absolutely killing the competition. Compelling matchups, double features, triple headers, quadruple headers, a ton of content, and it's not just quality, or it's not just quantity, it's quality as well. You're getting both of it, so they're hitting you from all angles. HAYMON is really pulling out all the stops this year, particularly creating a lot of separation from HBO. HBO, they have like Canelo and Triple G, but that's not on their premium network. And then they have like Kovalev versus Eliter Alvarez. It's not a bad fight, but that's more for hardcore boxing fans. It's not what you would call a blockbuster fight. Then they have Danny Garcia versus Darren, Janko, a very good fight, but again, this is not necessarily going to be a fight that lures in casuals like a Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter, Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, something like that. Guys who have branded themselves and you know, kind of popularized their names with like urban culture and just pop culture and stuff like that. Like I've seen Danny Garcia at the happiness parties in Miami on a yacht and stuff with other celebrities and stuff like that. So he's kind of mentioning that. Like, you know, I've seen him with Allen Iverson and Meek Mill and stuff. Just different things like that. I've seen a picture with Shawn Porter and LeBron James at one of the fights. You know what I mean? Two Ohio representatives. Different things like that. So I think those are just bigger fights. So HAYMON's doing his thing with these matchups. Very, very compelling stuff. I think it's a good fight. I like David Benavidez a lot. And Anthony Dirrell, that's a good fight. It's his mandatory, so no one can say shit. He had a tough fight with Ron Gavro, came back, set the record straight, and beat him even easier and very fluidly with a hurt hand in the rematch. So he got past that chapter. Now he's taking on, as a champion, his mandatory, who happens to be a very skilled guy from the Midwest, of the famous Dirrell brothers. So I like the card. You know, I'll definitely try to get out to this card, trying to have it at Barclays. Overall, good fight. And it's funny because the HAYMON and PBC haters, all of this shit that they've said for years, all the way up until now, some of them are still trying. Like, you guys are like cockroaches. You guys, everything you said is proving false. And I told you guys what was coming. New media was coming. I promise you, when you see channels like myself, I can comfortably say this, and other channels who are what I consider calling it kind of fair, right? You see the growth, and these other channels is dead. Like they don't do videos for months, or they do one video every 2-3 weeks and stuff like that, because they can't coexist out here. You know, I'm talking about not channels that just have footage, like just go to weigh-ins. They don't have their own personal opinions sprinkled in. They don't do any kind of commentary. I'm not talking about, because there's different tiers of boxing on YouTube. Some channels have majority of their whole channel is weigh-ins, press conferences, media days, post-fight interviews, exclusive. I'm not talking about them because they don't give their thoughts. I'm talking about the people who share their opinions with their audience, right? And a lot of the channels that I seen personally that shared their opinions with their audience and said, oh, PBC was the worst thing and they weren't managing their money. This is what PBC needs to do better. Look at it. Look at how wrong they are, and look at their channels. Where's the growth? Where you talking about what PBC can do better? What about your channel? What can your channel do better? Because the channels that were saying the opposite of you are still here, still thriving, still growing. So it's just crazy. And I seen comments too, just from fans, not even just like writers and YouTube, just fans still trying to make an excuse. Like, I think there's articles about this, and somebody put, they were just recapping Dirrell's last opponent that, I believe he was Asian or from Russia or somewhere, something Han. And then someone's like, oh, why is he fighting Han? This is bullshit. Al Heyman cherry pick mismatches. Like, wow. So they're talking about David Benavidez versus Anthony Dirrell, Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter, and these fans are reaching, talking about who Dirrell fought in his last fight, and he already beat and stopped him. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have nowhere to go, so they just try to nitpick. Oh, why are the fights back on Showtime now? Like, who cares if they're on Showtime, Fox, whoever they're on? I mean, at the end of the day, we're getting it, you know. And at this point, everyone's trying to charge you for something. Showtime, I always have Showtime. I always have HBO. I've had it for, years now. Now they have ESPN Plus. They're trying to charge you. DAZN's coming out. We don't know the price point, but they're trying to charge you. So at the end of the day, it's looking like people are going to have to kind of pay for what's needed, and kind of customize their viewing experience by buying the apps and different ones that they watch. And as a Showtime subscriber, I can sincerely tell you this. I've covered a lot of these fights on Showtime, but even the ones I didn't cover, right? Like Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios, right? I've been happy because I don't watch Showtime for shit else other than boxing. And I've been happy with my Showtime package. I haven't had any issue. I don't feel like guilty for buying it. But HBO, I'm just kind of like, damn, I'm trying to hold on, hoping they're going to get a good fight. Because, like, I want to see Canelo versus Triple G. But even if I stay home and don't go to the fight, I still would have to buy an HBO pay-per-view for that. So having the HBO package wouldn't even help me in that situation. You get me? So I just think Showtime has quality and quantity going for them right now. They're putting on not only main events, but they're putting on better cards. One of my favorite cards that I covered this year as media is Broner Vargas, Jermall Charlo versus Hugo Centeno eliminator, and then Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jesus Cuellar. Former champion versus Tank for a title, an eliminator at middleweight, Charlo, Broner Vargas. These are all named guys. The guys that won, they were all named, right? You look at some of the other people's cards and you don't know some of the names, or if the names are, if it is named people, it's just like, who are they fighting? You know what I mean? I know who Jesus Cuellar was before that. I knew Hugo Centeno Jr. before that. I know Jesse Vargas before that card was announced, right? I know David Benavidez and Anthony Dirrell. And I clearly know Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia. So putting on killer matches. Just waiting for the official announcement. So fingers crossed. Let me know what you guys think of this doubleheader. I like it. Like I said, I'm a big fan of David Benavidez. The main event is killer, and it's for Keith Thurman's vacated belt, his old belt. The winner would definitely be in line to maybe rematch against Keith Thurman or fight Errol Spence. So I like the implications there. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.